The ideological path is to create a social and cultural and environmental changes using artistic expression that dismantle the current architecture and is able to bring it to its main origins. In fact, it is to reclaim awareness and produce an harmony with the environment through the proper use of natural resources and the most important to value the natural cycle of nature. During these difficult times, architecture has become a lethal weapon to carry out ideological, political, and segregationist thoughts. Example, Trump Wall, Berlin Wall, and the Nazi concentration camps. In the first semester, architecture was used as an instrument of protest, the instrumentality of architecture, in which is based on several physical experiments in order to make an apology for a radical change in the modern architecture. During this process, a symbolic representation of the concept of suffocation was created. The apparatus was composed of multiple layers that symbolize deforestation, segregation, and suffocation in these current times. The apparatus allowed to develop a visualization of a parallel world in which many of us live, where equal rights are different, creating a wonderland for people who have power and a nightmare for people who are poor or belong to the minority groups. The purpose of this experiment is to reflect the lack of harmony and empathy of this society or certain groups, politicians, regarding racial and social inequalities. During the first semester, an approach to use a virtual images as a part of architecture expression to convey a subliminal message to achieve social and political changes it was developed. This approach it was named Living Up Distorted Reality. The virtual image will give rise to a virtual atmosphere parallel to our reality, creating a volume, shape, and location within a space set by the user. In this final part of the study, the focus was on how modern architecture is absorbed by globalists, generating a mutation in its origin and distorting the purpose for which the architecture was created. The architecture was created in its origins to protect human beings from the environment and predators. However, in these times, it's the environment that needs to be protected, and now the humans are the predators. It is evident that humans are abusing the natural resources and, at the same time, not respecting the natural cycle of nature. The idea is to raise awareness by using food in a very different way. As everyone is aware, the food that we see in the supermarket is already packaged and wrapped and turned into consumable item. The product is no longer an animal. In this experiment, this eatable item was used in a different form, causing hate and repel to his creator. The purpose is to generate another perspective of seeing things by using taboo as a basis and disgust as a force to stop animal abuse and how corporate architecture works. As the end of the project, characters were created as a visual representation of the modern architecture dilemma, creating a story in which these characters are a product of the deformation while implementing this modern architecture. The story begins with these characters are in an eternal search for the reason of their existence, showing that modern architecture is devoid of feeling and is only an appearance of power.